What is going on, YouTube? This is Jim back with another video. E3 Day 4. The review is now pretty much over. I'm looking at the schedule here. There's a couple small things left, capping off with the official award show that I probably will not watch just because I don't care. The real winner here was me because I got to enjoy some conferences. Were they all good? Absolutely not. I will be getting a deep dive into my thoughts on E3 later in the week during our weekly War Never Changes podcast. But I wanted to do a dedicated video like I've done for the past 3 days talking about E3 2021, day number 4. This video will be entitled The Day That Nintendo Saved E3. And that's not to take away from the Xbox and Bethesda Games Showcase. I was a very big fan of that. But E3 has been this digital yo-yo where we have had really good days like the aforementioned Xbox Sunday. We've had horrible days like Saturday with Ubisoft Forward and like Monday with Verizon and Mythical Games and Capcom. Just not that great. Thankfully, Nintendo ended E3 proper with a bang. And not only did they have a 40-minute Nintendo Direct, but then they followed it up with a very extended look at every major game that they announced during their Nintendo Direct Treehouse. I loved all of it. I am so happy that Nintendo closed this out, and Nintendo delivered. You know who also delivers? This guy when you subscribe, because that means you won't miss out on any of my videos. Come on. I mean, I'm getting better at this, right? I'm not just pressing the button. I'm kind of working it into the conversation. Enough about me. Yeah, we had some really big bangers, and I actually wrote a list of the things that I was most interested in because the truth is it's almost too much to remember. I have to say that this was the first time that I stood up out of my couch and yelled and screamed and was incredibly excited for something. I know Brent had mentioned to me that he had his fan moment when he watched the Guardians of the Galaxy trailer. And although I was intrigued by Infinite, I don't think there was quite enough there to make it this amazing, life-changing experience. Not in the way that Nintendo hit me in the feels. And I don't know if it was just because I was beat down from the horrible conference yesterday or because I knew my mini vacation was coming to an abrupt end in just a few short hours. I'll be back at work again and doing emails and not having fun. But man, did we get some zingers. And for me, that moment was absolutely the Metroid reveal, really at the top of the show with Metroid Dread. Basically the 5th installment of the Metroid series, if you want to think of it that way, direct continuation of older Metroid games that I don't really remember anymore, so I'm going to have to be hitting the Wikipedia and catching up on everything. But I am a huge Metroid fan, it goes without saying. I've always told the story of my love for Samus Aran, and my love for gaming really stems from her. And I love that character design, and I love that universe, and I'm so appreciative that Nintendo is continuing to, although it took them a while to get around to it, investing in that universe in a meaningful way. I'm really excited for that experience. And they announced a mini collector edition to go with it that'll include one of the first ever Nintendo Steelbooks. I'm sure somebody will correct me and say, no, there was a Nintendo Steelbook and blah, blah, blah. But to me, one of the first Nintendo Steelbooks. Super excited for that with an art book and some lithographs and all that wonderful stuff. I can't wait to get my hands on that. But that was my moment where I stood up and cheered because the character design looked so good and I wanted to win, and we got one. Other games in no particular order. We saw Advance Wars 1 and 2, the reboot. I am a huge Advance Wars fan. I played it way back when it came out, back on my Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP. It was the little flipbook one. I bought it with my first paycheck ever working at Universal Studios, and I still have it to this day. And it took me, I think, 2 weeks to get enough money working at Universal to buy it, and then Advance Wars came shortly thereafter. I played a lot of Advance Wars. I did a lot of travel for work when I got my first real job after I graduated college, and Advance Wars went with me everywhere I went. As you guys may know, I am not a fan of flying, so every time I had to get on an airplane, which was quite often, I had my little Advance Wars game there, and it kind of got me through it. And I just have such a fond memory of that series. So to see them give it a proper overhaul, brand new graphics, including basically all the content into one spot is just amazing. The day one purchase for me. I can't wait to talk more about it and review it with you guys when it comes out later this year, which is really, really cool. Mario Party Superstars, aka the marriage ender, or definitely the friendship ender for sure. Although I've been happily married to my lovely wife Rachel now for many, many years, I've got to admit, we had our fair share of fights over Mario Party, because that is the perfect screw your spouse game. That last turn, that last move, stealing their stars, using some candy against them, whatever. The fact that this does support online play means I can still enjoy a Mario Party, just not with her, because it's going to lead to a fight. I'll definitely be picking that one up. A series that I haven't really seen a lot of traction on for me personally, but I'm extremely interested in, is Shin Megami Tensei. This is the 5th iteration. I had never played any of the old ones, but it's a quirky JRPG kind of third-person turn-based combat game. It checks all the boxes for me. I'm extremely excited for that, and a little bit that they showed at the Nintendo Treehouse today, I think, really cements my excitement for that. Fatal Frame, it's another game that I haven't really touched. Really, I know it came out on the Wii U. I believe this is a port of the Maiden of Black Water, or at least some sort of, I don't know if it's a direct port or what it is, but I like survival horror games. Next week, stay tuned. I have a deep dive of Resident Evil 8 and my love for that game. Can't wait to tell you guys my thoughts on that. Needless to say, I liked it. So I'm excited for more of that. We got Mario and Rabbids, which was already teased at Ubisoft. We got to see a little bit more discussion on that today. And then Cruisin Blast, which, who doesn't love Cruisin USA? So phenomenal way to end out everything. And oh, by the way, we actually got to see just a little snippet of Breath of the Wild 2, which had new powers for Link. Looks like he's got the ability to reverse time. Looks like he has some sort of weird energy arm. And he also has the ability to turn into a puddle and like teleport through walls and pop back out on the other side. Very, very interesting stuff. I cannot wait to get my hands on that with a anticipated release date of 2022, but it's ready when it's ready. This was by far the conference of the show for me. This is one of the reasons why I don't do these instant reaction hype videos to everything, because I would just instantly fall in love with it. But here we are now, at least on the East Coast, 6 hours removed from when I saw the Nintendo conference, and I'm still giddy with excitement. I'm still thinking about Advance Wars. I'm still thinking about Metroid. There's just so many great Nintendo games. And this is the magic of E3. This is what I wanted. This is what we needed. The whole world is watching. The whole world is watching right now. Nintendo is on stage virtually. And they delivered hit after hit after hit after hit. And those are just games I was interested in. I'm sure there were others that you guys may like more. Maybe you're interested in the new Smash character, whatever. But this was a big hit for these guys. This was a home run for Nintendo. And I'm so excited, really so excited, and so just happy that the Switch continues to find some life. I constantly talk about how the Nintendo Switch has just been down in the dumps, and it's a good second console, and it's, you play it a little bit, you dabble with Pokemon, you dabble with Animal Crossing, but you kind of put it away. You know, PlayStation 5, my gaming PC, my daily drivers. But wow, now here we have Nintendo back on the map, delivering in a time when no one else could figure it out, delivering across the hall virtually from companies like Verizon and Intellivision, showing off phenomenal stuff. Nintendo's like, no, we're gonna run it. And they did, and I think they're the boss of E3, and I think they saved E3, and I'm super, super grateful to Nintendo for putting this together, and I'm happy that E3 ends on a positive note, because I gotta admit, yesterday, it wasn't it. I'd love to hear your comments below on everything I talked about. Today was the Nintendo Day. Like I said, I'm looking at the schedule here. You had Bandai Namco, Eureka Studio, the GameSpot, Play for All, and then the official award show. No one cares, okay? Nintendo drops the mic, and the show's over, in my opinion. And thus concludes my 4-day deep dive into E3. As I said, tune in later in the week, whenever it changes. We'll be talking a lot more about some E3 stuff, a little more deep divey, but just trying to keep it high level and informative and give you guys my overall thoughts. But I'm even rocking the old Bowser shirt today because I want to show my love for Nintendo. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this week-long review of E3 stuff. But stay tuned. You know I have videos every single day, so come back tomorrow for more excitement. That's it for me. Take care of yourselves, and until next time, I will see you guys on the other side.